it's Cricket from the Coat Hangers, and you're listening to Drop the Mic.
Last night, something paid a visit to the town of Snowfield, Colorado.
Hundreds of thousands missing. No bodies, no graves, no witnesses.
We've always worried that the terror would come from above. What if it came from below?
It's nothing. It's here! It's everywhere, all around us! What are we dealing with here? Biological, chemical, or other? I'm leaning toward other.
Hey there everyone, this is episode 55 and we're calling this one Sci-Fi Horror Gone Wrong. This is Drop the Mic, a San Diego podcast. We are your hosts, J-Dub and Swann.
Oh yeah.
And our guest for the evening is Mr. CJ Stevenson, our local contrarian.
Yo.
Welcome again, man. Thank you for joining us. This should be an interesting episode, to say the least. Yeah, tonight we are chatting about the 90s film Phantom, starring Rose McGowan and Ben Affleck. But first, it's our news segment.
And now for a special news report. Brought to you by Drop the Mic.
Who wants to start? You want to start, CJ?
Oh, okay, sure. There's two new trailers. One for The Incredibles 2, the other for Hotel Artemis, I think it's called. They're both pretty good trailers.
Okay.
I don't know if you guys have seen either of them, but they're both cool. The Incredibles 2 trailer kind of has me a little bit worried because it looks like it's kind of like the first movie, but instead of Mr. Incredible going off on an adventure, it's Elastigirl.
Mm-hmm.
But aside from that, it looks funny and it looks cool and it's got some fun action bits. It's Pixar, so
You're a big fan of Incredibles, right?
yeah, The Incredibles is like one of the few Pixar movies that I actually like. So yeah, and then the other one for Hotel Artemis. It's directed and written by Drew Pearce.
Okay.
He co-wrote the third Iron Man movie.
All right.
Which I like. It's about a hotel that's reserved only for criminals. If you get injured or if you need a place to lay down your head before or after a heist.
So it's kind of like a hotel/hospital, right?
Yeah. And they a lot of people were comparing it to the Continental, which is the hotel in John Wick. It's not that, but it's got a great cast: Sterling K. Brown, Jodie Foster, Dave Bautista, Sophia Boutella, Brian Dennehy, Charlie Day, Jeff Goldblum.
Wow.
Ginny Slater, I think her name is. Yeah.
Zachary Quinto.
Zachary Quinto, aka Spock from the new Star Trek movies. So it looks pretty cool. And then sad news: the R. Lee Ermey, the general in Full Metal Jacket, died yesterday at the age of 74.
Was it yesterday? I believe. I thought it was Sunday.
Oh, Sunday. And Sunday he died. He was 74. He starred in films like Full Metal Jacket. He was a voice in Toy Story.
Texas Chainsaw Massacre, the reboot, and then he also did the prequel following, which was called The Beginning. He was Sheriff Hoyt, I believe, was his name.
And he was also the police captain in Seven.
Oh, I was just going to say that.
The dude's got a great career. He's a great actor.
He was also really in the military. He served for...
That's why Stanley Kubrick got him, because he was trying to find a general...
Wanted that realism, right?
And so he told... when Stanley Kubrick got him, he said, I want this to be real. And Lee's response was, that's all I do, or something like that. So,
very sad.
And then also the director of One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest, Milos Forman, died. He was 86. He did One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest, Amadeus, The People vs. Larry Flint, Man on the Moon. If you haven't seen those films, go check them out, especially One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest.
Oh, yeah.
It's a really good movie. John Ridley is going to adapt a DC comic book that he wrote for Blumhouse. John Ridley is the guy who wrote 12 Years a Slave, Undercover Brother. He also wrote and created the TV show American Crime Story, which is really good if you haven't seen it. So that's exciting. Carrie Coon, who was the sister in Ben Affleck, who was the sister of Ben Affleck's character in Gone Girl. She's cast in Infinity War as a villain. Proxima Midnight, who's one of Thanos' generals. So I'm kind of excited. It seems like a waste though, because it's just her voice that they're going to be doing, so it's not like motion capture. And
I just saw her at Monsterpalooza. She was there in real life.
Nice.
So, and she was like, I'm not really in the movie. It's just like you show up and you lend your voice and you're in sweats and stuff, so it's nothing glamorous. But that was really interesting.
Yeah, so it's
Paycheck's probably nice though.
Yeah. Paycheck's probably cool, but it's kind of a waste though, because it's Carrie Coon and she's like one of the most underrated actors working now. So
she's in the new Puppet Master reboot that's coming out this summer.
So I hope that they cast her as something else, or they bring her back or something like that for a much bigger role. Jason Clarke is in talks to be in the Pet Sematary remake, which is supposed to start shooting this fall and come out next year.
Nice.
So it's being directed by Dennis Weidmeyer and Kevin Klausch, who did Starry Eyes.
Oh, yes.
They're going to do it. Stephen King seems to be excited about it. So he wrote the first film, which I didn't know. Yeah, so that's kind of cool. I don't know. I'm not that big of a fan of Jason Clarke.
Wait, you didn't know Stephen King did Pet Sematary?
No, I know that he did the book, but I didn't know that he adapted the book.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
I'm not the biggest fan of Jason Clarke. I think he's kind of dull.
Really?
Yeah.
For anybody who doesn't know out there, he's from Lawless, Zero Dark 30.
Yeah, Dawn of the not Dawn of the Dead, Dawn of the Planet of the Apes.
Oh yeah, that's right.
He was in Mudbound. Recently. He was in Public Enemies, the Michael Mann film.
So what don't you like about it?
I just don't think that he's like that dynamic of an actor. He seems pretty dull to me. He seems pretty wooden.
I think it's fair to say he's a supporting actor.
Yeah.
But, I think he's pretty good.
I don't know. He just doesn't do it for me. Oh, and I think it was also in the Winchester.
And he plays John Connor in Genesis.
He does. Yeah. Yeesh. That was a bad move for everyone. Also, David Leitch, who directed John Wick, Atomic Blonde, and Deadpool 2, is going to direct the Hobbs and Shaw spinoff, Fast and Furious, starring Dwayne The Rock Johnson and Jason Statham.
Very interesting movie. Him taking that after such a solid run of movies. It's weird to me.
To
but
take that,
I mean,
a spin-off.
I kind of
maybe it'll make it better.
I kind of feel bad for the other guy that directed John Wick because he's not getting any work except for John Wick films. So,
Are you sure? He
Yeah,
hasn't done any?
Chad Stahelski. He's only done John Wick and John Wick 2. And I haven't seen any news about him getting directorial offers, or maybe the guy just wants to do John Wick films. You never know. But yeah, David Leitch, he's everywhere. I liked Atomic Blonde. Okay. It was okay.
Come on, dude.
It was okay.
Come on.
It was sort of all over the place.
You're tripping.
The fight scenes were really good, and I thought it should have been nominated for a cinematography because the cinematography was amazing. And so was the camera work. But other than that, it was a
Come on, that one shot alone is like... What?
Yes, the like camera shots are good, but that doesn't mean the movie as a whole is good. Just
it is.
It's one fight scene. No.
It's one of those movies that you have to watch like multiple times because it's such boring. A complex plot.
It's boring.
I don't know. I don't know, man. I think you're in the minority on that, brother.
I guess so.
Wait, so the sequel for that is actually happening, or the spin-off?
Yeah, it's a spin-off.
I knew because we talked about it before, like a long time ago, when we heard when they talked about it, and I wasn't sure if it was still going to happen.
I believe it's supposed to come out next year.
Okay.
So they're going to push back Fast. Was it 9?
Yeah,
Fast and Furious 9 for that. So.
Well, Tyrese is going to be pissed.
Yeah, Tyrese is going to be mad.
Tyrese is like, I'm out this bitch.
Deal with it. Spike Lee's next film, The Black Klansman, which is my most anticipated film of this year.
Very exciting.
It's going to premiere at Cannes Festival this year, so that should be cool. It's being produced by Jordan Peele, who just won a Oscar for Get Out for Best Original Screenplay. And then it's going to be competing for the Palme d'Or, which is their highest prize at Cannes Film Festival. It's about the true life story of a cop who infiltrated Ku Klux Klans and shut down a whole bunch of them.
He hires somebody to go in for him, but he's the one running the operation. Correct?
Yeah. Okay. So that should be really fun.
Yes.
That sounds intense. So it's starring Denzel Washington's son, I believe. Yeah, that's the main guy, and it's got Adam Driver as his partner.
Okay, so
it's got Topher Grace is in it, and there's someone else in it. But yeah, it's like on the top of my list of most anticipated films.
I always forget the name of this other film, but have you seen the one with the kid from Harry Potter?
Oh, Daniel Radcliffe.
Yeah, he did one where he infiltrates
the neo-Nazis?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I haven't seen it.
I haven't seen it, but it looked pretty good.
Yeah, I've seen it. Yeah, it's amazing. Obviously, it's a little different than what we're going to see with Spike Lee, but I mean, it's along the same lines. Right. It's very gritty. I would recommend that if you guys haven't seen it.
And then this is an interesting one. Speaking of Cannes Festival, Cannes has banned all of Netflix's films from premiering there. The reasoning is if your film doesn't debut in a theater, it's not considered a film. Which is something similar to what Steven Spielberg said about Netflix films, how they aren't films, they're TV movies, and they should be up for Emmys. So this is sort of a lose for Cannes Film Festival because a bunch of A-list directors are coming out with films for Netflix. You got Martin Scorsese's Irishman, Alfonso Cuarón's next film is coming out for Netflix.
They're gonna, I feel like they're gonna end up putting their foot in their mouths later.
The talk is that they're probably going to fold with this festival and allow some Netflix films to come in there, but it's a big loss.
Yeah, but I mean, Netflix still they put some movies out, like a Hitman or a Hitman's Bodyguard was in theaters.
Yeah,
and that was Netflix.
Was it Netflix?
Yeah.
Oh well.
It was.
Yeah,
and nobody seems to know that. You didn't know that?
Yeah, I didn't know that either when it came out.
But yeah, I mean, they also did like Mudbound, which just got nominated for Best Supporting Actress and Best Adapted Screenplay last year at the Oscars. Netflix did 13th, which is Ava DuVernay's documentary, which got nominated for Best Documentary. You know, so I think this is kind of a shot in the foot for Cannes Film Festival.
Yeah,
I don't know what they're what they're thinking. And then lastly, Warner Brothers and DC have hired a director to do their Birds of Prey film. It's supposed to be a spin-off. It was originally a Harley Quinn spin-off of Suicide Squad that got turned into a Birds of Prey movie. Birds of Prey, for those of you who don't know, is a comic book series created by Chuck Dixon, who